Hello and welcome. Right, we are about to take a wander from Riverland back to the Rove Hotel, which is on Dubai Parks and Resorts. So if you're going to go to any of these theme parks and stay here for a couple of days, this will be the walk that you will be doing back at night. Super easy, super lit, and it does take you straight through the clearance outlet, or their version of a clearance outlet, which is just absolutely enormous, and all of that's really nice and lit as well. Now, I did do this walk at the daytime, going from the Rove Hotel, finding Legoland. I did say wait until the night video gets uploaded, just because of the amount of taxis and everything that are on show. But it's a really nice simple walk. It is obviously lovely and warm as it is Dubai. It's just hoodie and shorts weather, and it's super safe. So what we are walking through is just another massive car park. That's where everybody just parks up to goes into the Riverland Hotel, sorry, the Riverland area from other multiple bits, because the Legoland Hotel is just to my left, which I never got managed to get down and have a look at the entrance for. I'm a bit annoyed about myself with that, but it's because the security and everything were at the top, and it wasn't until I actually got back to the UK I read what my pass enabled me to do, and my pass actually allowed me to go in and view the pool area and everything. So I did actually have the opportunity to go into the hotel. I just didn't know about it, but it is what it is. So we're going to have a nice wander back, and you can see there are loads and loads of benches to sit about, and they've got all sorts of different bins where you've got recycling bin, it's a normal rubbish bin every other couple. So that's nice and simple, because just from that Riverland sign, as you probably know by now watching this playlist, if you've watched any of it, there is the McDonald's there, which everybody goes to because nothing else was open. This is full on COVID rules and regulations, and it's running parallel at this precise moment in time. Obviously, once this has been uploaded, that's all finished, but the Dubai Expo was running when this was filmed, and there was just nobody here because every single person was at the Expo. Now, there is an Expo 2020 playlist that is still being added to, and there are lots and lots of pavilions and things to see in that. So if you'd like to see human beings and lots of people walking around and just having a good time, that is where everybody is. So I would now imagine this would be a little bit busier. So if you are going here, or you've been here since April and May, please do let me know and just see how different it is compared to everything that I've seen. Now, hopefully the rules and regulations have calmed down a little bit, because the numbers and everything have started to drop, and the more of the shops and everything's opened up in Riverland. Now, there are plenty of tours available within this playlist, again, from all the Riverland different bits and pieces. We take a look round, and the water area is just absolutely stunning. There's plenty of places just to take photos, and it's got lots of lights and just everything. It's all on a massive scale, but it is extremely pretty. Very similar to the waterway that they've got at Orlando, connecting the two parks up down by there for the Universal parks. It's sort of a very similar feel, where you've got the water in the middle and the shops around the outside. It's just not on as a larger scale. Now, the boats and things weren't running, again, because of the COVID bits and pieces and all their rules and regulations, because they obviously, each country has its own regs. As we come up to the left hand side, again, it's more parking, but that's where some of the buses were waiting, where they were taking you into the centre of Dubai, or also taking you to the Expo from the hotel, and they'd also pick you up from Riverland and take you back to a couple of the other hotels as well. So even though I was staying at the Rove Hotel, there are other hotels which are further away from here, but you have got shuttles to get to here, so that's absolutely fine. But obviously you wouldn't be coming just to look around Riverland, you will be coming to the main theme parks. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm sorry if you're not, and I'm repeating myself, there are 4 theme parks on the other side of the Riverland. So you've got about a 10-minute walk. You've got the Legoland Dubai, Legoland Water Park, you've got Motion Gate, and then you've got Bollywood. Again, all of those are available within the Dubai playlist, so there's lots to see with regarding to the Dubai 2022 playlist, and just hopefully it's helpful. So if you are thinking of booking a trip to Dubai, and you're wondering how long do you stay for, you would only need a couple of days. With how quiet it was, I could have done sort of almost 2 parks in a day, to be honest. The Legoland park itself is quite quiet, so you could have done that, and the Bollywood, absolutely no problem in one day. The water park, you would just spend at least a day, 3/4 of a day to at least a day there, because it's really nice weather. It's a lot more chilled out. Obviously, you've got all the water slides and everything, and you can just go around the lazy rivers and things like that if you wanted to. And Motion Gate is massive, so depending on the queue lengths, will very much depend on how much time that you need to stay there. But again, you can see all the taxis waiting, so there's obviously lots of people on the inside of this building, but I didn't have any problems getting around the motion gate because there was nobody there. So this is obviously another thing that the parks are battling with, because for the locals everybody was going here, so more than likely they're getting all their outfits ready to go to the expo as well. Now this is just one absolutely enormous outlet. So I'm just about to go through the door. Obviously I'm not going to film it because I want to get some munch for tea. I think I got a nice drink. I think a chocolate bar and a packet of crisps or a packet of biscuits or something daft like that. Now we're just walking through one of the many car parks that they've got here, and it's still going round, so the building is still ahead of us. So all of this on this massive L shape is all a clearance outlet. If it did, it's just not worth the risk filming something like this on a GoPro. You might be able to get away with it on your phone, but I want to respect obviously the local rules and regs, because I don't really know what it's like filming indoors with the locals and things. So I didn't want to risk it, but just trust me, it is beautiful on the inside, and they've got it all sectioned off where you've got all the sports stuff together, you've got all the high-end bits and pieces together. But the top tip, there is a little supermarket in there which is very cost effective. So if you are coming down with a family, that will be where you want to get your food and drinks and things from, because that was the cheapest place by an absolute mile to get anything whatsoever. And actually the vending machines that they had in the hotels, compared to the prices of the UK things for, say, the cans and 500 ml bottles, it was actually cheaper getting it out of a hotel vending machine than it was in the UK supermarket. So again, certain things not very expensive whatsoever. Other things obviously can cost an absolute fortune, but I think it very much depends on what part of Dubai you're in as well. So as we're still walking through this car park, and you can see how well lit it is, and now this would be the main way you would go back to the Rove Hotel. It's just the easiest way. It's just a nice cut through. It's safe. Loads of people obviously walking around. There's plenty of people driving around, so there's lots of people there. But it is enormous, because that building that is in front of us is still part of the building that I walked into, and it's got all of its own doorways in and everything like that. Some of the shops were getting refurbed, and some of them had closed down, I think, because of COVID as well. But I think every single main sort of retailer had an outlet there. So any sort of big name that you can think of, they were there selling all the different bits and pieces. Now, as I was walking through to and from, I didn't film this walk many times, obviously, because you don't need to see it that many times. The amount of people that were doing maintenance here was absolutely ridiculous. There was probably about 20 odd groundskeepers non-stop throughout from first thing in the morning. So I was walking past these people at sort of 8-9 o'clock in the morning, and they already had a good sweat on getting everything up. Now what you've got to remember is that this complex carries on going up well away from the Rove Hotel to the left hand side just here, and they I guess are responsible for the maintenance of all of this. And I did go for a wander and explore. I will try and sort of chop in together all of those edits that I did, just so you can actually see the scale of it all. But ideally you need a drone. Basically you need to have a drone up, just so you can see how massive this area is. But this is my hotel. Absolutely lovely. It was the cheapest place to stay by an absolute mile in the local area, and comparing it to the new Lego hotel as well. Lapita is on site. That is more of a luxurious hotel, so if you're going to stay with your partner or anything like that, that would be a very nice place to sort of stay, and you're never going to forget the memories that you're going to make there. Ignore the lights that are out on the Rove Hotel, because they were fixed by the morning. So obviously somebody had said something and they had fixed it absolutely straight away. I am stood on one of the main roads, again no traffic at all, and it's not late. It's not even 10 o'clock at night. So it is a very quiet area and a quiet place. But that is how safe and how light and bright it is to get from the Riverland, which is in the Dubai Parks and Resorts, all the way up to the Rove Hotel. And you can see how far it goes, but it just keeps going for miles that way. But guys, I'm going to start to wrap it up there. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully you're thinking, oh, actually, if I stay at the Rove Hotel just for a night or two, it is in walking distance, which it absolutely is. And their bus shuttle service is definitely worth having a look at because you have free shuttles going into the centre and everything like that as well. But guys, if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.